Good morning, and we're in, as you heard earlier, on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You good there? Okay. So, the story that has been trending over the course of yesterday, boy, I tell you, I don't know what next in this place.
Shh, don't ask what next.
Don't ask?
Because you'll get something. Whenever you ask for something, you'll get it. So don't ask.
Police have arrested a man who alleged went into a classroom at St. Mary's Roman Catholic School in Kingstown and threatened to shoot one of his daughter's 11-year-old female grade 5 classmate on Wednesday. This is according to the Eyewitness news page. The man is said to have issued the threat after his daughter and her classmate reportedly had an altercation. Eyewitness News was reliable informed that the man went into the school and took a photograph of the girl who had reportedly had a fight with his daughter. He then told the child that he was going for his gun and would shoot and kill her anywhere he met her. A well-placed source told Eyewitness. They understand that a senior police officer was dispatched to the school and detectives from the Criminal Investigation Department are investigating. On Wednesday, police issued a statement refuting reports on social media about a man who had entered the school brandishing a firearm. There was an incident yesterday, and the person of interest is cooperating with the police. News understands that the child against whom the threat was made is a close relative to a police officer. Oh boy. You know, usually you don't really hear this, and you just see this on TV.
Yeah, this is a movie thing. This is I wouldn't say movie thing. It's an American thing, an outsider Vincent and the Grenadines thing. At first, I thought that we were now moving towards having not that one. I thought Lano's mic was off.
No,
We're moving towards what happened in Texas. To date, it's like 212 mass shootings in the U.S. And we were literally just talking about it earlier this week, only to see, and that's why I sort of panicked, and other people panicked too.
You know what? Wait, finish first.
No, but I was just saying, I was sort of panicked when the first story that I read was that the parent was brandishing a gun at his school. Like, holy crap.
Right. You know why is he not so funny thing is that I saw people saying that they would rather have their kids here and send them to school here because where they are isn't safe.
Yeah.
I know. Look at what happening down here now. Well, almost happened.
What came to mind is just like a few days ago or last week when I was talking about we should have security guards or police at the school. It was last week.
But they do have security.
When there was the incident with the principal.
Right.
And then there was another one at the college.
A couple months ago. But all these schools have security.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, but why is it so easy for someone to just enter school?
Well, it's a parent, right? So,
so
it could be
a familiar face.
okay, the parent is just going to have a word with the teacher. Maybe it is that the system in place is, as of yesterday, is no longer effective.
Mm-hmm.
You mean check and search, make sure everybody good?
No, but not necessarily searching, but maybe you're not allowed on the compound anymore. Was it during class or during lunch, or during break? When was it? They said earlier.
I don't think. Well, I remember when I was going to school. The parents had to go to the principal in order to get me.
Right.
You can't just walk in the classroom.
Right. What if it was during like
lunch,
where parents are allowed to go into the school, onto the school compound? So really and truly, I'm not gonna like cast any blame, or highlight the security at the school.
I'm not going to either, but because
I think security needs to be out more.
Wait, No,
considering
no.
schools.
What you mean? You mean security as in
Considering
security
what
or
happening,
regular
person
security?
just walking in on schools.
But it's a parent, so I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
They can come under the guise of, oh, I'm gonna drop something, or maybe it's the system and not necessarily having security at this school.
Okay. So let me say we do the quote unquote search and whatever, right? You as a security guard, what are you going to do when you find somebody with a gun?
Call the police.
You don't have a gun, you say.
Alert! I don't know. I just think it's really crazy. But there are a couple of things within this story here, right? That okay,
Go
take the
ahead.
call. Just
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Christelle.
good morning, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I find this topic a bit interesting, but here what happened, Christelle. I did some observation over the last couple of days, right? And I see lots of school children. I don't want to hate the word kids, because I didn't grow up in that area. Children and child, right? And I see a lot of them sitting outside the Massey at Annesville.
More so
And
highway
when-
trading.
Yeah, when you listen to some of the conversations, and I pay attention, some of them was relatively good, some was lewd, some was drinking beverages that they're not supposed to drink. I want the government to give me a job, right? They must give me a fire truck, fill it up with water, and I wash it everybody in the evening only.
Kingsley, let me ask you something before you go forward, right? We're talking about what happened yesterday at our RC school.
Yeah.
Could you link what you're talking about?
Yeah. Of course, I look at it because you have so much children sitting down there where you probably notice occasionally, and at Montrose, right? But you have, and I will link this to the airport in a sense, Christelle. When you pass the airport, and you see people from different Caucasians, some reading a book, some in the computer, and most people like my complexion crying down something for mommy to buy to eat for them, right? You see a different thing there. Then you go down to Annesville next to Massey and Highway Trading there. You see a whole heap of different children from different school and college and all that sitting there talking idle conversation. What happened to in terms of the killings and the things we see in school? One of these young man mentioned the issue, but he didn't say copycat, but I see a copycat thing where people going to school and shooting up like what they see in these states, right? Everything you see in St. Vincent right here yesterday is related to poor parenting. Poor parenting in the sense that some children become parents and they are still children. Okay? They don't have the ability to guide their children. So the children, when they leave school, go to the block, listen to people, and get involved in idle conversation. You can imagine, Christian, in your time and before my time, you have a child going to a school, put on a brass knuckle and go box up a teacher. You ever hear that in your if your mother alive? Actually,
Oh, no.
that never happened in our time.
Brass
Christian,
knuckles weren't in your time either. Were
yeah,
they?
and I hear what Miss Christelle. When you go to school and you have a fight with a young man, right? Don't care how strong he is. Once you drop him on the back, you win the fight. Once you high fall here on the ground, you win the fight. Fight done. These days now is guns and knife and slinging shot and everything like that. I am being poor parenting for what's taking place with today's society to have the children, and there's nothing that the authorities could do. You could place more security as possible.
Okay.
They can't anticipate what the our children plan to do, and I don't think others should waste precious reason time because them
No, but
children,
it's not so much the children, I mean, that's another part of the story that we have to highlight. The fact that a child is being bullied and the parent feels like nothing is being done about it. But the first part of it, we're focusing on what the parent did.
Well, what the parent did, what the gentleman just said about the story from Eyewitness News, that is totally unacceptable. Okay. If you have a child, right? When I was going to school, I was not a person who participated in fights and things, but I can remember one day a guy used to really pick on me, and I decided, boy, hey, I'm going to stand up and I take a louvers at the time and use it as my thing to beat up the guy. From that, after telling him he's your best friend, I stood up for myself. But when you have children going home and play cry baby, give your parents, and the parents going to the school to beat up teacher and make all kind of idle threats It starts at home. I am pointing my fingers at poor parenting, and some of them getting involved in too much adult activities too soon, and they can't carry the weight, and they put in all this strain onto the society to say that is the authorities they ain't doing us. We have a group of vipers taking for the service and the grading. What happened to them? I have no feelings for people like those who just go to school, left school, perpetrating to the crimes and be involved in criminal activities. I have zero tolerance to them people because say what happens. They put too much strain onto the society, and we sitting back every day. See if we could deal with them and if we could provide solutions. But hey, go down Addisville this evening, go behind the post office building, go over Massey and tell me if you could control those young people that we are actually going to school. Have a great day, Christel.
Same to you, thanks. All right, another one coming through, boy. Okay. All right, so if you want to join us by calling 457-1043, WhatsApp 430-1043. Oh, okay. All right, so there's a part of the story, right? First part, the man is said to have call coming in. Let's go, man.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why Kings, you don't talk them thing in the program, but I know I come to deal with. He used to get beat up in school because he was big, and all the young fellas could have beat him up. I went to grammar school in the 70s, and I know students fought with teachers back then. I'm not justifying it. But coming back to the incident at the Catholic school, I went to the prep school to check on the headmistress at the prep school to collect some documents and what to deal with. I stood up outside the gate. I signaled to the security persons who were there, the ladies. I went in. I had to sign a book. I signed my name. I have to put my phone number, the purpose I'm going to the school, all that is on a line, who I'm going to at the school, the time I'm going into the school, and when I'm leaving, the time I'm leaving the school, I also have to put that in the book. The thing about it, I just don't understand. I cannot understand this thing, having been around a good while. How could I, as a parent, have a child in a school, a young child as 11, 12 years old, there's some little incident with another student, whether they have a little fight, whether somebody push one, whether they get stripped and get bruised, that sort of thing. And I go into that school compound, take a picture of a child. Now, that is where I have a concern about. And then you threaten that child based on what is in SVG Times News. Now, something has to be wrong. I have a thing when it comes to dealing with persons with these sort of incidents, and I have said it in the past and really years ago. I don't want to repeat it, but I have a thing about dealing with these persons in a very serious manner. The other thing is, no parents supposed to be coming in school and taking any pictures of anybody's children. It should not be allowed. And as you mentioned, the security, we up the security. Sometimes the security lapse because I've gone by institutions and I've seen security on the cell phone, and I say, look at that. You're not even concentrating on what is going on. But I know for a number of schools, you have to, security is so vigilant that they ensure that you abide by the specific rules with respect to entering the compound, among other things. And if what is said in SVG Times is correct, I feel that parents should be dealt with very seriously. Thank you guys for listening to me.
All right, thank you for your contribution. All righty then. Good morning to the folks who are on the live as well. Now, where were we before we took the call there? Okay.
We have another one.
Okay, just go, man.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Okay, so the gentleman who called before, he still hasn't really touched on what could be done on that situation, like what happened at Cardiff School.
Are you going to do that now?
I'm going to try.
All right.
I personally think that the system in terms of security, that other schools have auxiliary police and other branches of the or should I say, police or whatever. But I think that the system needs to be a bit more strict, a bit firmer, so to speak. Because what happened in America, and so we should learn from these things. Something like that what happened yesterday is like if it's a flower no start to bud, a plant no start to bud, we need to nip that in the bud. We need to put things in place to get to cut off them kind of things. That it's only we're gonna rise from there and get worse, unfortunately. You understand? A lot of these security that they have at the gates them, you understand, they come and they just see somebody, sometimes they don't even study to ask them, well, who you going to? What business you have? And that kind of stuff. And we need to have some sort of, I don't know, maybe more police patrolling the schools, occasionally, half an hour, when you have a police on a bike, they go out to school areas now and then and that kind of stuff. That's the only how I see that this thing could be, it needs to be nipped in the bud, otherwise it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. Our generation is totally different.
So a different approach is needed.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think so.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution.
All right. You're welcome.
You know how he mentioned that. I know studying that some of the parents, even if you put the blame on the security, some of the parents is unruly too. So like if the security go and stop you and say, yo, you have to come and do this and whatever. It's noise.
But it's protocol. If it's ain't established early, then obviously it could be a problem.
It's noise.
Here's what I'm gonna throw out, right? Let's say, perfect scenario, the security at that school is top notch. Not even an ant could get into this school, right? Who's to say that that same parent would not have taken that altercation or that confrontation, the photo taken, the threatening the child's life to it in the street? So he might have stumbled upon the child leaving school, right? Probably walking up the road to go and meet the parent, probably waiting at the bus stop to take a bus to go home. Who's to say that the parent could not have done that outside? How is increasing the security going to help the situation then?
Good question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some responses.
Prior to that, suppose the parent of the other child was present there.
Well, that would have been a scene.
That would have
a bigger
been
scene.
A bigger scene.
Now, there are some other things within this that are very troubling, right? The fact that what was the altercation between the two students? Is it that he felt that it was not dealt with in a manner that was satisfactory to him?
Yeah, and what could warrant that you had to go to the school to check?
The
I
child.
can understand the
Yeah.
frustration as a parent.
No.
Your child coming home every afternoon complaining, yo, this person bullying me, this person bullying me.
So,
But it's
what was that the
it's just-
cause?
But obviously it had to be something of that sort. Because you have like a build up tension. It's not the fact that you could just get your child come with a story one time and say, hey,
No, you don't
this
even know.
person bugging me.
You don't even know.
Well, then again, boys, how you deal with the situation. You run in the school like the big bad wolf, run up to the child, take a picture, threaten the child, tell the child going to shoot the child. I mean, there's channels to how you could deal with the situation. Did you go to the teacher?
Did they say that he went through the correct channels?
Huh? No, well, I'm just saying that considering what happened, it don't even seem like that happened. Seem like party just run up in the school, like he just fed up, like, you know?
That's some
You could have
serious
go to the principal, you
frustration
could have go
there.
to the principal, you could have go to the Ministry of Education,
Did they give a name?
No. No names
you could have
of
reached out to the
parents.
parent of the child. There's a lot of things you could have waited before it reached that thing.
Another question, right? Was it just a blank threat because he was upset? Or was he really thinking of
Somebody's name. Oh, continue.
was he really thinking of hurting that child?
You know,
Wherever I meet you. A child, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A child,
So what's been under alcohol again?
colloquial term, a picnic.
People picnic.
Are you serious right now?
person saying no, that's security guards unarmed. What they could do.
That's what I'm saying. If you as a security guard find somebody with a gun, a hostile person with a gun, what are you going to do? Who's there if you can protect?
Yeah, some voice notes. Let me squeeze this one.
All right, a short one because
Yeah, sports.
time
In
for sports.
reality, with this issue, it's very alarming and very concerned, okay? But the thing is that one news media, one news reporter is stating that the incident occurred. Another one, which is Torchlight, is saying it's alleged. Which or whom should you believe? And
Yeah.
you can't blame it upon the security alone and blame it upon the school because, let's say, for example, if you as a parent go by the school and say, you come to take lunch for your child and they allow you to go inside, they're not going to search you to see if you have a gun. So
Yeah,
it's
just gonna see me have lunch.
it's very technical.
All right. Thank you for that one there. So it's now 7:15. We gotta go to the exports.
Sports.